Hi there, my name's Stonewall. I grew up Christian and I hated it. I didn't hate it for any philosophical reasons or morality issues, or I wasn't abused in any way. I hated it because every Sunday I had to get up at 9 o'clock and get to church by 10 o'clock, and every single Sunday at 10 o'clock there was a new episode of Pokemon and I couldn't watch Pokemon. That was literally the only reason. But that was enough for me to really not enjoy being Christian. I still believed in all the stories, I still believed in Jesus and heaven and hell and all that, but I never really liked being Christian. When I turned 13, I became a hardcore atheist. Now, you might ask, well, what the fuck is a hardcore atheist? There's no definitive definition of what an atheist is, other than you don't believe in God. I think every atheist and agnostic has sort of their own definition for this. But basically, here's my comparison of what a hardcore atheist is. A hardcore Christian goes to church every single Sunday and worships God. A hardcore atheist goes to church every single Sunday to tell people that God is bullshit. And that's exactly what I did. I did that for maybe 2 or 3 years. And I went to church and I told people, dude, this is bullshit and this isn't real. I would go to Christian youth groups to try and convince kids that Jesus was a lie and heaven and hell isn't real and you're all gonna die alone. I would get into debates with pastors about the existence of God, about the Bible and morality. I would steal Bibles so that people couldn't hand them out to other people. I would show kids pictures of naked porn stars because the church didn't let you masturbate, and I thought if they knew how awesome masturbating was, they wouldn't be Christian anymore. I thought to myself, if they start fapping, they'll become like me. Anyway, being all in your face and stuff about atheism, being debating people and making people upset, it didn't make me any happier. I didn't get any new friends from it. I didn't discover anything about myself. I lost some friends because of it. And I was always very quick to judge, and eventually I realized, hey, I'm being an asshole. I think a lot of new atheists are like this because when you become an atheist, you become angry because people have been lying to you all this time. You see oh, you guys have been telling me this bullshit and you've been making me do this, and why the fuck would I do this? And so you get really angry and upset. I didn't really like being a hardcore atheist either, though, talking people's faith down, because some Christianity and other religions genuinely make other people happy. So it's a really dick move to try and take that away from them. So what if it's not real? It makes them happy, so there's nothing really wrong with that. Yes, there are hardcore idiots who are taking this shit way too far, but hardcore idiots will find other reasons to do the shit that they're doing. So I'm not really Christian and I'm not really atheist. I am just my own religion, which is what I'm currently calling I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit whether or not there is a God. If there isn't a God, I don't give a shit. If there is a God, I still don't give a shit. Whether or not God exists doesn't affect my life in any way. We don't have a definite answer of whether or not God is real, so I don't give a shit. We're not gonna get a real answer to the question, where did we come from, in this generation, so I don't give a shit. I don't, however, believe in a biblical God, or at least the Christian biblical God. You know how some religious people have a story about how God changed their life, about how this one little thing helped save their life, or made it better, or this or that? Okay, well, here's the story about how I accidentally shit in front of a church. This story is not meant to turn you into and I don't give a shit. It's just, I'm just telling you why I don't believe in the Christian biblical God. So first thing you need to know about me is that I'm lactose intolerant. It's not that bad. Basically, I can't drink milk, but I can eat a few dairy products. But I can't eat too much, otherwise I'll get bloated, I'll get gas, and I'll get diarrhea. So on this particular day, the last night we had pizza, and I always eat the leftover slices for breakfast. Now, usually when I eat cheese on pizza, I get bloated and gassy, but it's nothing really too bad. But on this particular day, I was having a slice of 5-cheese pizza, and I think that accelerated things a little bit. Now, usually when I eat cheese, it's not really a big deal. I still get bloated and I still get gassy, but I'm pretty good at holding it in. But on this particular day, it was also picture day. And my mom wanted me to dress me up, and she put me in this little makeshift crappy suit with dress pants and all this and that. On picture day, the girls would all dress up and they would look prettier than usual. And when I get horny, I need to take a shit. We also had a surprise spelling test. Now, some of you might know that I am really fucking bad at spelling. Surprise tests and things that I'm bad at make me nervous, and when I get nervous, I need to shit. But I never use school bathrooms. No, I never use them because they are so disgusting. I don't understand why young kids, young male kids in particular, don't want to flush the fucking toilet. Like, I guess every little kid has a god complex. Like, I'm not flushing because I want you to look at my creation. I was not going to use a school bathroom. Usually I would wait until the end of the day and then go home and take a shit. So what I did instead was, it was Friday, and I knew that the Christians had their Friday night youth groups at like 4 o'clock. Usually the dude running it would go there early, get the chairs, get the snacks out and stuff. So I figured, hey, I'm gonna go to the church because it's 2 blocks away. They have a nice, clean, sanitary toilet that I can go to town on. So I walked over to the church. I got to the church and I knocked on the front door. No one answered and I started to get nervous. I started pounding on the door, just praying, please God, please, someone, just let someone be there. The pastor opened the door and looked at me and said, well, what are you doing here? And I looked at him and I said, can I use the bathroom? I really, really have to go. And the pastor said to me, oh, I'm really sorry, but I don't have the set of keys that opens the bathroom doors. Jimmy has that set and he's not here yet. And as he was talking, I realized something. I realized that I had started shitting into my own pants. And when I realized this, I panicked because I didn't want to get my nice new dress pants dirty. So I just pulled down my pants and dropped my payload just right in front of the church and right in front of my pastor. And I stood there for a good like 30 seconds just shitting before I stopped. The pastor looked at me in a little bit of shock and in a lot of concern. He quickly brought me inside, cleaned me up, got me a new pair of pants, and I waddled my way back to 8th period. So, if there is a God, he wanted me to shit in front of that church. When I pulled down my pants and nuked the front of the church, God went all according to plan. So that is one of the reasons I am no longer Christian.